Now, in keeping with the celebration of Mother's Weekend, I have invited Joy to come and tell us about something that occupies quite a bit of her time when she's not nursing and doing those household chores. This is a passionate hobby. Would that be a good description, Joy? Obsession, yes.
Now.
And she has shared this talent that gives her much pleasure, also with her friends and with others. And Joy, I'll leave it up to you to tell us about your special hobby. Thank you.
I know the picture doesn't really match what I'm going to start off with, but I was trying to remember when I actually first learned how to crochet. I remember my mother teaching me. You older folk will remember the Hessian bags, the fine Hessian bags or cloth bags that flour and sugar came in. I can remember having those and hand sewing pieces of just offcuts of fabric on it and making a picture. I can remember that before I started school. I don't know when she taught me to knit, but she taught me to knit. And at some stage, I learned to crochet. And then, we're trying to figure out now, probably a good 10 years ago, I actually started doing it of an evening. I needed to occupy my fingers, my mind, something to settle me. Crocheting is more than just a hobby. It offers a wide range of mental and physical health benefits, just largely due to the rhythmic nature and the creative movements. It can actually calm you down, reduce your stress, anxiety through that repetitive work. And it can help lower the cortisol and increase serotonin. Wish it had helped my cholesterol, but anyway. Craft of any kind can enhance mindfulness, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment when you've finished a blanket, a rug, or whatever craft that you're doing. There's lots of benefits from it, health-wise, just physically keeping your fingers going. I've got arthritis. I don't think you can see it, but I have arthritis in those two fingers. They're really bent, and I've been told to keep them moving. So crocheting helps me have good movement in my fingers. It's also good for exercising the brain, following the patterns, and learning about new stitches, and it can lower the risk, they reckon, of getting Alzheimer's or a dementia. Alzheimer's is just another word for dementia. I won't get into that now. It can actually help on pain management. As you all know, I've recently had back surgery and I'm doing really well. Thank you for your prayers. They're being answered. But in the beginning, I couldn't concentrate on the crocheting. And then I found if I got really comfortable in the chair, I could crochet, and my mind was watching what I was doing, focusing on something else rather than, I'm in pain. So it can help. It's good for boosting your mood and everything. In the Bible, craft refers to both skilled manual labour, the artisanship, and in the negative sense, the cunning deceit that people can do. In the Bible, we look at the major types of craftsmanship that there is. There was the metalwork, the gold, the silver, the bronze, back in Exodus 31. Also in Exodus 31, the woodwork, carving and the creating, the textiles, the spinning, the weaving, the embroidery. And this is in Exodus 35:25 says, every skilled woman spun with her hands and brought what she had spun, blue, purple and scarlet yarn or fine linens. They were making materials for the tabernacle. And so they the craft has been around for many years. I know that there's a lot of crafty ladies in the church and gentlemen. You can walk through the corridor there and you can see the beautiful tapestry of creation quiltings, thank you, that Adrian Hoken has done. It's absolutely beautiful. And there's the tapestry that Roy Gale did many years ago of the Lord's Supper and the drawings. I'm not sure who did those. Oh, Fran did the little drawings of the different old church and things, wasn't it, Fran? Yes. And I know that Stuart many years ago made a wooden box that opens up, and so the ministers could take that box with the ordnance, the little glass jar with a lid and the little cups and the little dish for the bread. They could take that to the people that were unwell in hospital at home and have ordnance with them at home. And it's beautiful. I think it's now, was when we were at the entrance church many years ago, and I think it is now here at our church. And the many other craft people that can do beautiful woodwork as well. I know that Fran spoke to me a few weeks ago and she said that her mother had crocheted blankets and they're out in the cupboard in the foyer there. So if you're cold during the winter, there's a few rugs out there you can pop over your knees. I've given lots of rugs away. This is only a sample. And my inspiration comes from, that's us feeding the giraffes. My inspiration for colours comes from God's creation. God has such a sense of humour, and it actually talks about this in the Bible. But you just have to look at some of the colours, the beautiful peacocks, and the colours that you can pop together is unbelievable. You just look at nature, and sometimes the cockatiel, the green-cheeked conure, the front one, is Delisa's bird, and I made her a rug from those colours. And then another rug from Rupert, the cockatiel at the back. And they were beautiful. I'm not sure whether they're here. But you can see the different greens with the browns. Just the striking colours that you can do. Some of these are a bit dull. That one's a bit brighter with yellow. Oops. But look at the colours there. And so you can scan through nature and see the different shades and the colours. And that's what I've done. Sometimes I see a flower, a bouquet of flowers, and I'll take a photo just because of the colours in it so that I can replicate them. I made a purple one once and I had yellow through it. So these are just some of the ones that I've done. That's Richmond in Victoria, the football club. There's the purple one with the yellow, and the yellow just pops, makes it pop. I did several of the pink ones. That's the cockatiel, the little bird that we pulled it from. That's one, I don't know. Now this lady here is a friend of mine. I worked with her and she's in her early 30s, not long married, just built a house and got some devastating news and had to have major surgery for cancer. I was inspired. I don't know what it was. Something made me, maybe it was God telling me, make her a rug. I found that her favourite colour was purple, so I made her a rug. And when I sent it in to work for her, I popped a little card in the bag just to encourage her that if she was feeling sad, to wrap it round her and she would know that her work colleagues and God loved her and that she was safe. and I put a little text in it from Psalms 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Or what shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And that text meant a lot to her, and I found out since that she is a Christian, and her husband, and she absolutely loves the blanket. But I counted, I take photos of them, and I've probably taken about 40 photos of rugs that I've made, and that's what I've got left. So I've given lots away, and I always wanted to put a label on it, wrapped in love by Joy, and then I thought, oh, maybe I could find one made with love by Joy, but I still haven't done that yet. But it's just a reminder that just giving away sometimes is more beneficial. It's more of a blessing. Acts 20:35 says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. And I get a lot of pleasure in crocheting. It keeps my mind and my fingers occupied, and just giving them to people, family, friends, etc., is a real buzz. It just, I don't know, it just makes me feel happy inside, probably because I'm giving it away. And in 2024, Teresa said to me one day, oh, Paul's taking me in the 1980s Land Cruiser, have I got that right? The bumpy old thing, to Western Australia to see the wildflowers. And as soon as she said it, a thought came in, crochet her a blanket to keep her knees and that warm. Now, sometimes they're bright colours and happy colours, but Therese, she's sort of soft and petite, and I was sort of it's a very strong lady, and I was inspired to do these more pastel-y colours for her, and I gave it to her and said, keep warm on your trip. And that's where I'm going to end my talk. So all those that are crocheting or have crocheted in the past or are crafty, well done. Keep going if you're still doing it, and know that that if you're giving things away or just your own satisfaction, that you do it for the glory of God, not for your own glory. Therese.
Let's give her a clap. Thank you, Joy. That was a pleasure to listen to, and certainly my rug has given me much joy and pleasure also. Thank you.